Hello everyone, welcome to another video of the Linux for Hackers series, and today we are going to look at file compression and archiving. So compressing and archiving files is a common practice to save disk space and organize multiple files into a single archive, and in this video we are going to look at some of the tools and commands that are used for file compression and archiving. But before we look at those commands, we need to understand what is the difference between compression and archiving. Compression is basically reducing the size of a file or a group of files to make it to have maybe a smaller size but maintaining your files. In Linux, we usually have some formats for compression. You can see them on your screen there. So these are the common compression formats that are found on the Linux system. Then archiving involves combining multiple files and directories into a single file, often without compression. So compression, we are mostly focusing on reducing the size, but archiving, we are mostly focused on putting files together, maybe that belong to the same group or the same task. We are putting them together in a single, to become one single file. And these are the formats that are usually used in archiving, as you can see on your screen. So one common tool that is used for both compression and archiving is the tar command or the tar tool. This particular tool is used to create, extract and manage archives. And we are going to look at how to create an archive. I'll be using the files that we created on one of our previous videos. So we have this directory called commands, and inside commands we have these files that are inside that directory. We have notes and practical. So what I want to do, I want to create an archive for that particular folder. So I'm going to say tar, then I will say -c, C is for create, then I'm going to add -v for verbosity, then F for the specific name of the archive that I want to create. So I'm going to say commands dot, so I need to give an extension, so it's going to be .tar. Okay, then the folder that I want to archive, which in our case is the commands folder. So if I say enter, you can see it has archived this particular file. So if I say ls, you can see we have a file called command.tar. So if I use the file command, then I say command.tar, you can see it's telling me that it's a tar archive file. So I'm going to check the size of that particular file. Okay, so you can see this is the size of this file. Okay, so let me put it in human readable format. Okay, you can see it's 10 kilobytes here. So we can also do both archiving and compression using the option Z. So you can just say tar -c Z, okay, then V and F for verbosity and the file name. So I'm going to call this commands. Okay, so it's going to create a compressed archive called commands2.tar from this particular directory called commands. Okay, so you can see it did that, although I'm getting some errors here. But if I say ls-l, you can see we're able to get the commands2.tar, which has a smaller size compared to the command.tar file. What if you want to extract that particular tar file? So to extract it, you're going to say tar, then -x, okay, for extract. Then we can use V for verbosity, then F for the file name. Then you're going to say command tar, okay, so command.tar. And with that, it's going to extract the contents that are inside there. So what if you want to extract an archive that has been compressed? Okay, so you say xz, okay, then we have commands. We have commands 2.tar, and with that it's going to extract contents from an archive that has been compressed. The other tool we are going to look at for compression is a tool called gzip, which is used to reduce the size of a single file, and it gives us a smaller version of that particular file. Okay, so what I've gone ahead and done, I've copied the rocky.txt file to my Linux class directory. So if I say ls, you can see we have the rocky.txt file, and if I do ls-l, then h for human readable, You can see our rocq.txt is 135 MB. So I want to compress that particular file using the gzip command. So we're just going to say gzip, then rocq.txt, and it's going to create a file, a compressed version of the rocq.txt file. So if I say ls-lh, you can see we have a compressed version of the rocq.txt. Okay, you can see now it is 51 megabytes compared to the 134 MB that it had. So what it's going to do, it's going to create a compressed version and it's going to delete the original file. You can see we don't have the rocq.txt file that we had previously. So how do you compress such files? So to compress a file that has been compressed using the gzip, we use a tool called gunzip. So you can say gunzip, then the name of the file. So for our case, we have rocq.txt.gz. And with that, it's going to extract that file and it's going to delete that compressed version. So if I say ls-lh, you can see we have our rocq.txt file that is not compressed, and it's the original text file that we had in before we created the compressed version. Another tool that is used for both compressing and archiving. So the other tool that is used for both archiving and compressing is the zip command or the zip tool. So to create both an archive and a compressed file, we just say zip. Then you have to give the name of that zip file, the zip archive. So we are going to say, I'm going to call it word list.zip. Then you have to give the name of the file that you want to archive and compress. So for our case is rocq.txt. So enter. Okay, so it's telling you it's going to add rocq.txt inside that file. So I'll just say enter. And with that, you can see it created that particular file and it compressed it on a 62% rate. So if I say ls, you can see we have word list.zip, but it did not delete our original rocq.txt file. So if I say ls-l, then h for human readable. And if we compare the size, so this is 51 MB and this one is 134 MB. So if you want to extract that file, you just say unzip, then you can say rocq.txt. Okay, it's word list. If you want to unzip, you say unzip, then word list. And with that, it's going to unzip that particular file. Okay, since we have the rocq.txt available, it's asking me if I would like to replace. So I'll just say A for everything. And with that, it's going to replace the rocq.txt. So mastering file compression and archiving in Linux can significantly enhance your ability to manage data effectively. So whether you want to save disk space or you want to organize file or you want to prepare data for transfer, these commands are very important and essential for any Linux user. So that's it for this video. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.